so that song's going to be stuck in my head all day today. I wear my sunglasses at night. Motionless in White, their new album, Decades, out now. I was hoping to get a clean copy of the entire thing. Unfortunately, they sent over the explicit version, and I don't think they're going to have that clean version for me. But if they do, if they somehow pull through, I will certainly play the entire album this evening at the start of the 5 p.m. hour. Motionless in White, Decades, that new album out. Boundaries released their new album. I listened to some of that last night. It was awesome. There goes the music bed just randomly stopping again. Gotta love that. Anyway, it's Friday, July 17th, 2026. Tomorrow, there's the crazy figure eight car races going on at the Rigby Fairgrounds at 7 p.m. If you have nothing to do Saturday night, go ahead and go attend that. I think Victor gave away some of the Family 4-packs. Do I still have some to give away? I'll have to check. But overall, if you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. Anything else to say here? I don't think so. I'll find some stuff to talk about here in just a few on K-Barrel 101. This is one of those I'll believe it when I see it moments. So, allegedly, we're getting a HomeGoods in Idaho Falls, which is something that nearly 30-year-old Brendan is very excited about, to be quite honest with you. I do love going to that place down in Salt Lake City, and now I don't have to wait till the next time I go down to Salt Lake City. Do they have one in Boise? I'm assuming they do. Both those places have stores that I wish we had here. If that shopping center in Idaho Falls could have HomeGoods, Ross, I don't really care for Raising Cane's, but I'm glad we have that finally. If they can turn the old grocery outlet into Trader Joe's, which I know is not going to happen because for some reason there's just a feud. Every single time April Fool's Day shows up, somebody thinks it's funny to pretend that Trader Joe's is finally coming to Idaho Falls. If we can get an In-N-Out as well, oh man, I'd be happy. That's right. But besides that, I did find out that the guy who got gored by the bison, his name is Richard. The article said that he was from Montana, but then there were people on Facebook saying that guy lives in Idaho Falls. So I clicked on his profile. His profile says lives in Idaho Falls, but who knows? Because the guy, I don't want to say he's old, but maybe he hasn't updated his Facebook profile in a long time. Kind of like how people do, you know? He is like 66 years old, but I DM'd him on Facebook. Would love to have him in the studio to talk about what it's like to be attacked by a bison and survive. But I doubt he'll see the message. Who knows? If he replies back to me, I'll invite him to the studio. We'll have him on the air, talk about what it's like to be launched 8 feet in the air by a 2-ton animal, you know? Here's some sleep theory. Words are worthless on K-Barrel 101. Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Barrel 101. Now, the latest craze, is it called the latest craze, or what's the term I'm looking for here? The new toy that all these kids are obsessed with is literally a squishy cube. I think it's called Neato, something like that. There was that story that I talked about, was it last week, about how kids were heating up these cubes to make them even more squishy than they already are, which the gel inside can expand. And the cubes can explode if you heat them up. So doctors were saying, hey, don't heat these up, because kids were showing up to hospitals with 2nd to 3rd degree burns. But I did see a Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group post yesterday about somebody hunting them down or whatever. And they had a picture of their daughter with 2 different colored cubes. The Neato cubes. Should we try hunting one of these things down? Or if somebody has one, just bring it by the studio. I want to know what this craze is all about. You know, I had to ask Maddie from down the hall, too, because she's the youngest girl in the building. She's the youngest person in the building. I'm like, hey, do you know what the hype's all about with this thing? Because I have no idea. A Neato slime cube. I guess that's the latest craze, and we talked about it last week. I'm going to sound like a sleep token hater. I don't understand the hype. Okay, I found this funny because my wallpaper is just utterly absurd. My phone wallpaper. I don't have wallpaper at home. That's an outdated thing. Wallpaper. Well, it turns out your phone wallpaper might be saying more about you than you think. A new survey found that about 1 in 7 people admit they judge others based on their phone background. You want to know what my phone background is? It's a ChatGPT generated picture of me as Bane. I took a dumb selfie in front of my computer. I think I took the selfie with my webcam. And then I asked ChatGPT to turn me into Bane. And that's my wallpaper for whatever reason. All right? You can judge me all you want. What is it? 1 in 7 people admit they judge others? Go for it. I don't care. It's just funny to me. I literally see a weird version of myself staring back at me every single time I try to unlock my phone. Here's Atreyu, all for you on K-Barrel 101. Spain will be battling Argentina in the World Cup final on Sunday. With Spain being the favorite to win it all, Argentina is listed as a plus 130 underdog. It makes sense that Spain is the favorite as they allowed only 1 goal during 7 matches this tournament, and they were dominant in their 2-0 semifinal win over France. A game that goes on for an hour and a half, 2-0. The controversy over World Cup ticket prices and FIFA has continued to the bitter end. Just as the tournament is ending, FIFA is facing a lawsuit in Washington, D.C. for allegedly rigging its World Cup ticket sales to help rich corporate bosses while freezing out regular fans. The lawsuit says FIFA tricked fans into buying high-priced Category 1 tickets. Buyers paid thousands of dollars thinking they had a fair shot at the best seats near the midfield line, but the suit claims the games were fixed from the start and FIFA secretly saved all the prime sideline seats for wealthy insiders who bought expensive VIP packages. Everyday fans who paid top dollar got dumped in the far corners of the stadium just to watch soccer. Keep that in mind. If you've been losing sleep because LeBron James hasn't chose the team he'll play for next, we've got bad news for you here. You're going to have to wait even longer. Making his first public appearance since announcing he is leaving the Lakers, LeBron refused to give the name of his next destination. He did hint that a decision is coming soon. What a diva. Going so far as to say, I won't hold you guys up too much longer. I just want the attention on me. I'm LeBron James. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, Philadelphia 76ers, and Golden State Warriors are all heavily in the mix. Why in the world would you want to go to Cleveland from Los Angeles? Miami, I understand. Philadelphia, you get some snow and all that there. Golden State, San Francisco. According to my buddy Matt, who just visited San Francisco, it's better than what it used to be, but still, it's San Francisco. LeBron James will be able to afford it there. That's for sure. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. What in the world are these? This company dedicated to improving gut health has launched a pair of platform wedge shoes to help people poop. To be clear, these things are not meant for walking around. Instead, the slip-on shoes, they're 7 inches tall and designed to be worn while sitting on the toilet. You're telling me I'm going to be 7'4" wearing these things. The extra high heels lift your knees to get you in a natural squatting position, which is better for your colon and lets things move smoothly without painful straining. You're constipated, put on your 7-inch heels and just let it rip. The brand's founder created them as a stylish, space-saving alternative to bulky bathroom stools like the Squatty Potty and the Tushy Ottoman. I need to look up what a Tushy Ottoman is. That sounds hilarious. Tushy Ottoman. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's like a little tiny little stool in front of the toilet there. You put your feet on it. There's even a diagram. It says original relaxed, and it shows some guy all like relaxed on the toilet. He's all he's like, this is relaxing. Thanks to the tushy ottoman. Here's Social Distortion, Born to Kill on K-Bear 101. Idaho's only rock station, K-Bear 101. I found this story pretty amusing yesterday. Gojira, their drummer Mario, this part's not the funny part, all right? Their drummer Mario couldn't come to the United States due to an immigration issue, something like that. Well, Gojira was like, hey, we don't have a drummer. We need somebody. Lo and behold, they get Luigi, the drummer of Paleface Swiss. Luigi replaces Mario in Gojira's lineup over immigration issue. This made the Not the Onion subreddit. Could you imagine? Luigi stepping in as player 2. This goes to show that Volbeat could have easily performed. Back in 2021, I think, when I saw Ghost and Volbeat, when I saw Ghost at the Ford Idaho Center. 5 years ago, I still haven't forgotten. Their drummer was asymptomatic for COVID, and I think Volbeat was just not allowed to play. They could have easily found, I think they performed the next night with a new drummer in Oregon. Like I don't think they even made a stop in Boise. I think they just went right for Oregon. Which goes to show, I think they just didn't want to play in Boise. You know, but at least Volbeat finally came back to Idaho Falls, and I got to see them live. So they made it up, all right? I have to laugh because I was literally talking about this yesterday. My phone got so hot, I was convinced it was going to like burst into flames. The one thing you're not supposed to do is throw it in the fridge. Repair shops are warning that putting an overheated phone in the refrigerator or freezer can actually make things worse. The sudden temperature change can cause condensation to form inside the device, leading to moisture damage, expensive repairs. I thought my iPhone was just getting old. I think it's because I had it in the center console, in the cup holder that gets rather hot. Like, did I talk about this yesterday on this show or the Z103 show? See, I get so lost doing two different radio shows now, where I feel like I'm branding myself every single time I get into my car for my lunch break and I go wherever I'm going to go for my lunch, and I put on my sunglasses, and they just burn because they got so much heat on them from just being in my car out there in the hot sun. On top of that, also, there's a specific spot in our parking lot where birds just like to poop on our cars. It looked like Big Bird pooped in my car. Dude, I was beyond livid. I walked outside. It looked like someone took a bucket of white paint and just dumped it on my windshield. I had to go right to the car wash. It was disgusting. Anyway, here's 3 Days Grace. Don't want to go home tonight on K-Bear 101. Can we all agree on one thing, that nobody likes changing the clocks? Nobody. Yeah, this has been talked about quite a lot. You know, the House just passed a bill that would make daylight saving time permanent, which means no more spring forward or fall back. It still has to get through the Senate before it becomes law, but it's another attempt to finally ditch the twice-a-year time change that nobody likes. Not a single person. I have never met anyone who enjoys it. Now, here's the funny part. Apparently, we've already tried this before. Back in 1974, the U.S. stayed on daylight saving time year-round, and people supposedly hated it. Turns out sending kids to school when it's still pitch black outside wasn't exactly a crowd pleaser, so Congress scrapped it less than a year later. Personally, I don't care which one we keep. Just pick one. You know, just whatever. I hate the time change. Hate it. It's like, why do we have it, dude? Why do we feel the need to spring forward, fall back? I mean, we sort of take advantage of it by giving away a Nintendo Switch 2, which, if the time change still exists, which I'm sure it's going to in the fall, we'll give away another gaming system, hopefully. Hopefully. Here's Youngblood, Changes on K-Bear 101. Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. Every radio show in the country is talking about the explosive diarrhea outbreak. Again, I don't know how you properly say the name of the virus, cyclospor, whatever. And of course, everyone's making the jokes about Taco Bell, how it's getting traced back to the, I guess it's like is it a farm? A farm in California that provides the lettuce for Taco Bell. I guess that lettuce is potentially the origin of this whole virus, which, I mean, the internet is just going crazy with the jokes about Taco Bell. Again, I have gone to Taco Bell tons of times over the course of my life. Not once have I ever gotten any kind of stomach virus, anything. I think the worst it's gotten for me was recently when I started. I've been on this diet of just healthy foods, and I'll allow myself a cheat meal every once in a while to, not be so miserable while on this diet. And I'll go to Taco Bell and I'll get my typical order of the Lux Cravings box. I've talked about this before. I don't drink the soda. I haven't had soda for a few months now. I'll chuck the soda away, but after I'm done with that food, it does feel like a stomach bomb, but it's not just Taco Bell in particular. There was a time where I had a burrito from someplace else. Sure enough, that was a stomach bomb too, because my body's now like, what on earth is this junk? We've been getting cucumbers, tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, hard-boiled eggs, protein shakes, rice cakes with cottage cheese, fruits, veggies, the whole thing, right? And now you're throwing in a quesarito. What's going on? But I can tell you this. Despite Taco Bell being put into the spotlight with this whole disease, or this whole virus, I should say, there's still a long Taco Bell drive-thru line. Every single time I go to the drive-thru on my lunch break for my cheat meal, I will always get stuck behind. I always get stuck behind that one person that's ordering like $60 worth of food. And it kind of annoys me now that there are those people that still go through the drive-thru the old-fashioned way by ordering at the speaker, when you can just order on the app, show up. And Taco Bell in particular too, they want you to order on the app because they ask you, hey, are you using the app? Are you using the app for mobile rewards today? And I go, yeah, I checked. I placed an order for Brendan. Boom, go right to the second window, get my food, done. There are those people that still just go to the speaker. They do that thing where they ask the kids in the car what they want, and those kids go, I don't know, a taco, maybe. And it's like some mom that's like, not wanting to, that wants to rip out her own hair, trying to figure out what exactly her family wants. There should be a lane dedicated for those people, a specific slower lane for those people. For people like me and the rest of the world that just want to get their food and get out of there, have that be, have those people in the normal drive-through lane. We're 6 days away from having Papa Roach set it off in Autumn Kings at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater in Pocatello. And then after that, we got Theory of a Dead Man and Seven Dust at the Mountain America Center. After that, we got Yellow Wolf and Highly Suspect. Is there another show that I'm missing? Yellow Wolf and Highly Suspect, the Mountain America Center as well, October 11th. You can find all the shows that are coming to the area by going to our concert calendar, riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. If you're like, Peaches, that link's too long. I can't remember that. I don't want to type that out. I'm too lazy. You can just go to the K-Bear app, open up the menu, click on concert calendar, takes you right to it. There you go. There you go. All right. Here we go with today's What the Headline, and I'm still logged into my Z103 profile. So you know what? We'll play a Z103 music bed behind me, because why not? Well, a pair of principals get detention. 2 Lake County, Florida school principals. They're facing DUI charges after being arrested hours apart in the same vehicle in Claremont, Florida. Police say Jennifer Jimenez was pulled over around 2 a.m. on July 5th, admitted she had been drinking. Officers reported she was driving erratically, declined a field sobriety test before being taken to jail. According to the arrest report, her passenger, Christina Alcalde, was also considered unfit to drive, so police arranged a rideshare for her and parked the vehicle. But about 2.5 hours later, officers stopped Alcalde, I don't know how you say that last name, driving that same car, and after a field sobriety test, she was arrested as well. She told cops she was driving to bail out her friend. Both women who identified themselves as school principals during the encounters have pleaded not guilty to DUI-related charges, refusing DUI testing. Not guilty. Really? Huh. Okay. Well, I guess principals can get in trouble too. That's today's What the Headline. Pretty dull for today. I'm sorry. Right here on K-Barrel 101. There was this story or the other story about the Florida woman that I talked about yesterday where she was given the license plate SQZ space A55. It's a slower day today. I'm sorry. Hey, so next week you can join me at the Wheels for Compassion car show at Shelley Park. It's going to be going down Saturday, July 25th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. But I will be there hanging out from 11 to 1. It's an awesome family event with cars, motorcycles, trucks, vendors, food trucks as well. The Wheels for Compassion car show hosted by Wackerly Auto Center, supporting the Hospice of Eastern Idaho this Saturday, July 25th. Come see me. I'll have some stuff to give away. I don't know if we'll have any tickets to give away. Maybe I'll save a pair of tickets for the Yellow Wolf Highly Suspect show coming up October 11th. Or if we have any Papa Roach tickets left over. I know the show will be done by then. Never mind. I'm stupid. Maybe I'll save a pair of tickets for Theory of a Dead Man and Seven Dust. I'll find a pair of tickets to give away only if you show up at the Wheels for Compassion car show Saturday, July 25th. Again, I'll be there from 11 to 1. All right, if you want a Florida man story, I got one for you. There's a pizza place in the Everglades that's accepting dead pythons as payment. You catch one of those invasive Burmese pythons roaming around Florida, bring it in, they'll hand you a free large specialty pizza. The owner says he started doing it during the annual Florida Python Challenge, which encourages people to help remove the invasive snakes that have been wreaking havoc on native wildlife. You just imagine all these fat dudes trying to hunt down these snakes. Imagine being the teenager working behind the register. You get handed over this dead python as payment. You just add it to the pile. Here's your free pie, sir. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.